Hello and welcome to Flippin' Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we're flipping through Mad Magazine number 469, released September 2006, cover price $3.99, which is indeed cheap. But before we do any of that, please let me remind you, hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. That's the #1 way that you can support this channel, help it to continue to grow. And I can't do that without your help and support. So please consider doing that. I really do appreciate it. If you want to support me in another way, you can do that in two ways. Patreon.com/flippinthrough. Link is down in the description. Or you could become a channel member. Yeah, what do you get for Patreon? You get a 6 set of stickers. You get some pretty cool buttons. And maybe even this pretty awesome stencil. So consider checking that out. Channel members, I don't know, I can't give you anything. There's no way for me to get your address to send you stuff like there is on Patreon. So, but you do get to watch every video that I post before anybody else. You get exclusive early access to it if you become a channel member. These are the people that I get to thank for their support today. Ben Forsgren, Joey Gesso, Reflection of Perfection, Tom Richmond, David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Rob Wilson, Rod Meadsberry, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Little Cozy Nostril, and Me Too Big, channel member on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for your support. I hope I can keep on earning it. With that, let's get here. Mad Magazine number 469. Do you guys remember this? Do you remember Barry Bonds? I have to actually take a note of this for my video of top 10 Alfred E. Neuman race swaps. This is weird because this is not, is this a Newmanized Barry Bonds or is this a Barry Bonds-ized, Barry Bonds-eyed Alfred E. Neuman? Anyway, do you guys remember this? Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, and then Mark McGwire? This is like all anybody could talk about. First, everybody was excited, and then everybody was like, oh, these guys are just juiced up. Also, what's the big deal? I don't know. If everybody's doing it, like, I don't really have a problem with it. Uh-oh. That's right. We are in the 2000s, which means that we have ad alerts going. Right? 2000s? Yeah, 2006, right there. Here we have an open letter to Mad Magazine readers from Bud Selig. This is how big this was. They did a whole gag right on where the table of contents would have been. Dear Mad Reader, I was dismayed to find that the ongoing steroid scandal in Major League Baseball is the focus of the current issue of Mad. I was saddened to see Barry Bonds depicted as a disgraceful cheat, page 36, and I myself referred to as Bud Light in Barry at the Bat, page 18. But of greater concern to me than this maliciously accurate name-calling is that Mad is overlooking the many wonderful things happening in the game. For example, the upcoming playoffs will generate tremendous excitement among the several dozen fans who can manage to stay awake past 1 a.m. to watch them. Baseball is actually in the midst of a golden age unrivaled by any other sport, not counting, of course, pro football, NASCAR, and competitive wiener eating. Yes, our game has never been more popular in the handful of large markets where the teams can afford to field halfway watchable players. I can't keep reading this, but anyway, it's kind of funny. Read it yourself. How about that? Two things on this. Look at Celebrity Snap. You remember that? I gotta get this, guys. I forgot that we got the glossy pages, so I need my little rack here. And oh wait, sorry, there we go. Ad alert. For those of you who are new to the channel, the ad alert is sounded every time we come across a paid advertisement in a Mad magazine. This was pretty cool, and I think I'm gonna try to pick this up on eBay. Check out the June issue of Vice magazine, which features not only a cover done by longtime Mad artist and fold-in king Al Jaffee, but also an in-depth interview. Turns out he's a Pisces. Who knew? Vice magazine was a pretty cool magazine. It was a pretty cool magazine for a pretty long time. I think that they got like their widest recognition with like their YouTube thing. But the magazine, I remember I got like my hands on a few issues and it was cool. It was like, I don't know, subversive and neat. It was just neat. Um, anyway, I'm going to check that out. I'm going to try to get that because that's also a really freaking cool cover. Um, yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. We're going to stop. Look at this. Well, one, oh, how much did that? Look at give a mad subscription. I'm going to take that out. This is dumb. It's like they got mentioned on The Daily Show or Colbert Report, and it's like, who cares? Jeez Louise. Make a Dumb Wish Foundation. Ever since I bought your magazine at Movie Gallery, I loved the dumb comedy. Then I wanted to make a wish. What if every store had Mad? I decided to write the Make a Dumb Wish Foundation. Can you make my wish come true? Skylar Higgins, Amherst, Virginia. Skylar's the limit. That sounds like a terrible idea. Do you have any idea just how dumb your dumb wish is? You don't need every store to sell pants, do you? No, that's because after you've put on your pants, you've got them all day, no matter what store you go into. You do wear pants, don't you? Because after rereading your letter, you kind of strike us as a crazy, muttering pantsless type. By that same logic, after you bought your first issue of the month, why would you need to go and see it in every store you went into, you bedpan? Either way, you can solve your problem by calling 1-800-4MAD-MAG to subscribe. Thanks for writing to the Make a Dumb Wish Foundation. Ed. Oh, look what I missed. Ad alert. Jeez Louise. Rush City. Oh, here we go. Here's another one. Ad alert. They sort of put most of them up front, which is nice. And then, this sort of double ad alert because they do everybody who had their letter published, they get this thing for Warner Brothers. Frickin' so annoying. Here we have the Fundolini pages, the greatest set of pages for anybody with attention issues or focus issues, I guess would be maybe the right term to use. The Fundolini pages, chock full of all sorts of humor, cartoons, and sometimes wordy things too. Like this one, the Fast Five. Possible mission names for a U.S. invasion of Iran. The Persian Incursion, Son of Quagmire, WMD2, Nuclear Boogaloo, and Mullah Mayhem. And 5, World War III. The more things change, the more they stay the same. It looks like we're knocking on the door to war with Iran. So that's something to look forward to. Pull My Cheney, Smith Thompson, Buttface. I just loved that one so much. I had to highlight it. Let's go on to the next part of the Fundolini pages. Oh. Oof. Ad alert. Sorry, guys. Listen, I don't like to do it. I just want that to be clear. The NFL's Ref Report this month, Poseidon, a remake of the Poseidon Adventure. Who's the star of the Poseidon Adventure? It was like Borgnine, Ernest Borgnine. Wasn't he in the Poseidon Adventure? Or maybe he was in the other one, disaster movie. In the Towering Inferno. No, I'm pretty sure Poseidon. Anyway, a huge wave crashes into the mighty ship Poseidon, and it turns completely upside down. Brave passenger volunteers to lead the survivors to the top of the ship. With water well over their heads, they hold their breath and swim to safety, but most importantly, they learn the power of trust. Good night, everybody. Here is one that I like. I always like to highlight this one. The Godfrey Report. In Hoagies. 5 minutes ago, heroes. Out, grinders. In activities. 5 minutes ago, hobbies. Out, pastimes. In pulleys. 5 minutes ago, levers. Out, wedges. Ain't that the truth? Kind of a shame. All right. Let us continue on. Here we have Mission Implausible 3 with one of my favorite artists, Herman Mejia. Holy smokes. look at these faces. Look at it. It's amazing. He's great. This is like a mad staffer or an intern. He would show up. I think he just had such a funny face. And I don't mean that in a mean way, but it's like a face that people like to caricature. He shows up a lot. His like photograph and then drawings of him. Dude, Lawrence Fishburne was in this. And then that's what's his? Oh, dude, when I was going through this, I remembered his name and then I forgot it. Philip Seymour Hoffman. This was a great. This may have been the best Mission Impossible movie that there was. Number one was great. Number two, a little bit of a stinker. But you know, they say that number two walked so the rest could run. And yeah, three just kicked it off. Totally redefined that movie series. And that's how I feel about Herman Mejia. I feel like he has redefined caricature. That might be a little bit dramatic. Oh, all right, there we go. Another ad. Yeah, this is not a house ad. This is they're advertising selling mad stuff, but it's an auction site. Jeez Louise. What poem, what mad poem has been spoofed more? Casey at the Bat or The Raven? Leave a comment down below. Please, pretty please, leave a comment which one has been parodied more. Also, it'd be helpful if somebody actually knew the answer, because I don't. Probably The Raven. Barry at the Bat. The baseball season sparkled back in 1998, with home runs being clouded as a most prestigious rate. When Maris' season record was surpassed by Mark McGwire, which joyous fans declared was an achievement to admire. But Barry Bonds, though still a star, was filled with rage and spite. He'd been eclipsed by someone else. What's worse, the dude was white. He nosed around and soon would find Big Mac had joined the frat of jocks who knew that steroids could enhance each time at bat. Big Bashers got the headlines now, the rest were out of date. No sweat, the folks at Balco Labs stepped smartly to the plate. For Bonds, their line of nutrients would surely help him out to beef him up till he became the latest king of clout. Balco, I don't know Balco. That's like a joke again and again in the chicken fat. There was like one, I think, on the front page. Yeah, there we go, Balco. And Balco's mentioned again later. I guess they were the ones giving him the steroids. Anyway, who did this illustration? Sam Sisko. It's great. I love this. And again, I don't... Uh-oh. Oh, wrong one. Dang it. There we go. Ad alert. I don't get the big deal. Don't get it. Sort of like when what's-his-face was nabbed with steroids, the bicyclist guy. But it's like, literally everybody was doing it, so what's the problem? It's not an unfair advantage. Here we have Planet Tad, one of my favorites, but one that always seems to bite me when I try to share it. Whenever I share it, I say, this one was so funny, or this is always so funny, and then I share it and it's like a stinker of an issue. So I'm going to keep going. All right, so this is what, I mean, this is Fumetti, right? It's like no, it's not Fumetti, because they aren't, it's like the captions thing, and it sucks, but I did read through, and it's like, it's kind of funny. The problem is, though, like when you look back on it now, knowing what we know about Britney Spears, this is just sad. And I don't want to be like a buzzkill, but it's like sometimes we look back on things and we realize, boy, we were making fun of this person or mocking the situation, and we didn't really understand it fully. And that's how I feel about this, where it's just like that this poor girl. And I was like, oh my God, y'all, I'm pregnant again. How's this keep happening? Okay, let's say this is the IQ level of a retarded sloth. Where does Kevin fall? My publicist told me to just do this every time I use a word that I'm not sure about. Little baby. Like, that's sad. The baby was okay, right? Anyway. Each week, I eat a bucket of KFC about this big. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Ad alert. And this ad is, this one's insane. First, Destroy All Humans ruled. I loved that game. This is a sequel. But boy, that's a lot. That is a lot. Here we have Sergio Aragones presents a mad look at X3, The Last Stand, which I don't know if it was a good movie, but I remember this movie, and I remember being so stoked about it. I think, okay, people who are newcomers to this channel, you might not know. I look at these as, what do I look at them as? I look at them as ads, to be honest. I'm always curious if there's something that are actually, like, does Sergio really want this? I don't know, it feels different than a movie spoof. It feels like it acts a little bit more as an ad. This one is slightly different, especially like this one with like the lecherous old guy. But here, real quick, going back, this is why I was so excited for it, because they had Archangel or Angel, and then I don't know, did he come back as Archangel? I just loved the character Archangel. I thought he was so cool. Having wings, like especially metal ones, is so sick. But yeah, some of these are funny, but then like others, it's just like, I don't know. It's harder to get behind, I guess. That's all. Oh, look at that. A lovely little ad alert. Remember I said where they just try to keep them mostly at the front? I was wrong. I was wrong about that. All right, let's keep chugging along. Here's the thing is that this is like kind of a solid issue, but I feel like there's nothing in it that is just like knock your socks off. I mean, I did like the Mission Impossible 3. That's probably the closest there is to like a knock your socks off moment. But that just might be my Herman Mejia bias, you know? Classy ways to celebrate Barry Bonds' historic season. Rename AT&T Park to Asterisk Yards at Bulco Field. Honor his legacy by creating the prestigious Silver Syringe Award. Present him with a supply of clean urine large enough to keep him clubbing tainted homers till he's 105. Whatever happened to him? Is Barry Bonds still with us? Anyway, this is like, I like this. At least it's like a change of tone. Something, I don't know, it seems like a lot of Barry Bonds humor. This is, whoever coined the phrase, dogs are man's best friend, was barking up the wrong tree. Check out these malicious seeing eye dogs. Careless urination, urinal identification, deliberately cruising for garden tools, the fitting room fakeout, braille chewing. It was the best of times. It was the worst of pinky doubloon, flarchy pagans, swago newts planch. What the hell? Escalator snoozing. Whew, how many flights up is this? Flippin cardiac specialist. Forgot how to read there for a second. Reckless bait and switch abandonment. Gosh, Bunky, it's been over an hour. Ain't it safe to cross the street yet? The hydrant wedgie, funk. And of course, stopping at all the wrong times to sniff butt. That is malicious. Here we have the Da Vinci Code, which I am going to skip. And you guys are going to see what I mean by, a change of pace. Because here's another Barry Bonds themed thing. Little Leaguers on steroids trading cards. I do love these. I think these are like really fun illustrations. Photoshop illustrations. Ricky? Oh. Ricky Walachinsky, outfield, 2006. Age 9, height 4 foot 4 inches, weight 144 pounds. Favorite player, Gary Sheffield. Did you know, during a roid rage incident in 2005, Ricky beat a woman senseless with a groundskeeper's rake. Ricky once ran right through a dugout wall while chasing a fly ball. Powerful Ricky can fashion a diamond by squeezing a simple lump of coal. Here we have Damian Floyd, age 7.5, height 4 foot 7. Fun fact, Damian once lapsed into a coma after accidentally injecting Red Bull into his neck. Damian once pinned Mike Tyson in an arm wrestling match. And Damian has the liver of a 78-year-old man. Poor Damian. Tony Chavez. Here we have Spy versus Spy. And these ones are great. Probably the best one is this one right here. So look at, he shoots. Oh, the spy is on a raft. He goes out to shoot him with a pistol. And he's hit with some missiles. But I love this one. He sneaks in. And you can see all of the details in the original illustration. Just a rope tied to a ring. And when he unties it, another safe falls and crushes him to death. Really just beautiful, beautiful stuff. This is, what if carnival workers were major players in politics? This one's great. This is, what's his face? John Caldwell. There'd no doubt be a series of commemorative stamps highlighting great achievements in skee-ball. Entire political campaigns will be centered around the need to promote cleaner dunk tank water. Really huge stuffed animals would qualify as tax exemptions. Wait, look at this. Hold on. I just realized we have 2 John Caldwell things in one issue? Or is that Cheney? That's Cheney. I always get them mixed up. It's so, you would think I would know the difference. Incidents of voter fraud involving 2-headed pickled babies would become rampant. Goodbye long-winded debates. Hello, televised tests of strength. I would love that. Shoe-in. Okay, so it goes from shoe-in, if they ring the bell, to strong candidate, ahead in the polls, flip-flopping moderate, unlikely to win, and at the bottom, dog catcher. Which, I love that one, you know, like based on the old saying, you couldn't be elected dog catcher. Oh, here's another ad. Warped Tour 2006. Yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm getting distracted. Okay, sorry. And then Mad celebrates 25 years of MTV. This is kind of fun to read through. The epic 15-minute thriller was a sensation, marking both the final time MTV viewers could pay attention to something for 15 minutes and the last time Michael Jackson needed makeup to pretend his face was rotting off. 87 to 91, the brunch of MTV. Pee Wee Herman's career as a kid's entertainer had been derailed by his arrest in a porn theater, but the public masturbator's surprise appearance at the 1991 Video Music Awards received a wild ovation, thus making Pee Wee the biggest one-handed star on MTV since Def Leppard's drummer. I love Pee Wee Herman. I think I've said it on this. How unfair for him to get maligned for that. Anyway. By its second decade, this is 82 to 96, the afternoon blahs of MTV. MTV had clout. They expanded into Hollywood with filmmaking division and the annual movie awards. They expanded into politics with Choose or Lose campaign. They expanded into psychiatric counseling with the 5-minute-long Van Halen reunion. And the most shocking of all, with the introduction of MTV2, they expanded into the business of broadcasting music videos. In the Gin and Juice video, new rap star Snoop Doggy Dogg went into a bedroom with 4 women and 10 condoms. This was considered a powerful message. for safe sex. 97 to 2001. Uncontrolled eruptions of arson, sexual molestation, violence, looting, and vandalism marred MTV's coverage of Woodstock 99. Yet somehow, the same things make Tom Green a star. 2002 to now. On July 18th, 2003, a soul-crushing milestone is reached as MTV's spring break coverage marks its 1 millionth pointless. Woo! Oh, look at that. Oh, the Osbournes. I mean, this is like, oh, so much fun. Anyway, how would they update that? That's my question. Where is it most important to stop the influx of unskilled and unsavory workers? Look at that. Could it be in Bush's cabinet? There we go. There's like a teapot. And there's George Bush right there. Love that. That's pretty fun. And of course, one last ad. All right, guys. This has been Mad Magazine number 469. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, leave a comment saying, Barry Bonds, Harry Pons. That's Pons with a D. Anyway, remember, hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.